All right. I mean, let's just elephant in the room, Vincent.
Yeah.
Bam Adebayo, 83 points, passes Kobe for the second most all-time. Obviously, Wilt still at number one with 100. A lot of opinions on this, whether they like it, whether they don't like it, whether people think he should have even stayed in there to pass Kobe, how it was played out. All the opinions we'll talk about. But first, do you have a problem with Bam Adebayo's 83 points?
No, I don't. I commend Bam for getting it. I love that Spo kept him in the game. Because it's March in the NBA. Like, what else is gonna? Nothing else is going on. Like, let's have like an interesting game. Let's try to make some history. Let's give these fans, their money's worth and then some for being in the building for history, doing it at home too. I saw there was like so much to recap from the game, but I just saw Ryan Russillo just tweeted this, and it was like a total recap of like everything that happened, and I just liked it. It's succinct, and I liked it. The absurd possessions, the home broadcast raving about his unselfishness when he made a pass, Spo's ridiculous challenge up 25 points in the fourth quarter, fouling up 20 plus to stop the clock, the bombs from three, Washington fouling a different player so Bam wouldn't get the shot, the missed free throw attempt to try for another possession. That's what it was. It was not, the fourth quarter of that game was not basketball. And I think that's what I might remember about it most, because I tuned in the second half because I was watching Celtics Spurs, and at halftime they were like, Bam's got 59 points. And I was like, all right, I got to tune in for this. I don't know what was happening in that second half, but I don't know, should the Wizards like be punished or something?
I mean, I don't think so. I think you put it was just it wasn't basketball, but again, this was a record that I mean, it's not a record because it's second most, but it's still an accomplishment that I mean, what like Wilt has 100, Kobe has 81. Like I can understand every point. No, I can't understand every point of view. I understand the point of view from the Miami side. Miami fouling, whether it was they're up 25, challenging. When your guys close to that, you do everything you can. Like I'm not mad at the Miami Heat. I'm not mad at them playing.
Yeah.
I think the Washington Wizards head coach said afterwards the fourth quarter was not real basketball, and it wasn't. It just was not real basketball. But that 83 points, the 81 clip of Kobe, always felt like it was more than basketball or out of this world. Like who would ever get to that point? Like we've seen 70 a few times throughout the last few years. And it was like, geez, that 81, man. Yeah, you're going to do whatever you can to get up to that. So I'm not mad about a lot of it. I think the Wizards, they're the Wizards. I don't know if you saw Scott Van Pelt was like, oh, yeah, the Wizards. And Bam's like, they're an NBA defense. They're an NBA team, right? Like, it is what it is. The Wizards are, they're going to be a top whatever pick in the draft. One of those nights where Bam got off, 31 in the first quarter, and Alex Sarr, I'll just say this, Alex Sarr, whenever an opposing center sees him, they see red. Like anytime he sees Alex Sarr, pencil him in for one of his biggest games. Like Alex Sarr, number 2 pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Rough night. He had 28 points. Shout out to him. But you're opposing.
That's not going to get remembered.
No. Yeah. So I'm not mad at anything. Part of this. I mean, we'll do the elephant in the room. I'll pull up the stat sheet or the box score right here. What people are mad about is Bam shooting 43 free throws. I mean, what are your thoughts on the free throws? I mean, I've seen some people say, "Oh, everyone gets mad at Shea for shooting so many free throws, but they're not mad at Bam." Like, what's your take on the 43 free throws that Bam shot? I think he made about 36 of them. 36 free throws, 36 out of 43. What are your thoughts on the free throws?
Yeah, I don't think, especially at the end of the game, I didn't think like Bam was like foul baiting per se. It was just he was fighting to get the ball, and then he was triple teamed. And if he did miraculously find his way to the hoop, when there's 3 guys on you, you're probably going to get fouled if you get a shot up, especially in today's NBA. So I didn't mind it. But like the fourth quarter not being basketball, I agree with that, but that's the Wizards' fault for being down 25. And essentially Miami could do whatever they wanted. They didn't have to try to run an offense to get a good look or anything like that. They concentrated the entire fourth quarter on getting Bam to 83 points. That's because they solved the issue of the game in 3 quarters. It was such an odd watch. But I don't know. What am I gonna do? Like go back and look at every foul in this game and be like, not a foul. Not like we could do that with a million NBA teams. I'm sure some guys would have a lot fewer points per game if we did that. But I didn't find it like unethical. The thing about it is like when someone has a game like this, when Embiid got over 70 a couple years ago, he did it in like 3 quarters on like 75% from the field, and when Luka did it a couple years ago, and Cat did it with Minnesota, or Cat was like over 6. Was he at 70? I don't remember what it was. It was all in 1 week.
Over 60%, yeah, it's something close.
Him, Luka, and Embiid all did it in like the same week 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. And Devin Booker did it a few years before then. Yeah. Yep.
It's usually the result of just they go unconscious. And they're just not missing shots. It doesn't matter who's on them. They're pulling from everywhere. And in this case, it was like Bam was really on in the first half, like he was hitting threes, and that kind of got him the platform to go and just try to get free throws the entire second half. So there isn't like an iconic moment from it. There's not like one bucket where you're like, wow, that was the moment or anything. I think he had like 1 or 2 field goals in the entire fourth quarter. He had like an and one, but it was weird, but like, I don't know. I'm not mad about it. I did wake up this morning and I was like, Bam Adebayo has the second highest scoring game in NBA history. It's an odd thing.
I think it was Norman Powell who said it afterwards in the post game. He was like, Wilt, Bam, Kobe. That's the list now. Like Wilt, Bam. Like it feels weird. I'll say to the point about the fouls. I think if you're gonna have your anger about the fouls and the foul shots, I think the people that you should direct your anger at is the referees. And I'm not saying that it's valid. I'm saying like I did watch it. Someone from the Heat Twitter, a Heat fan, put a compilation of all the fouls together throughout the game, and they look like he got fouled. Like it's just clear as day. He got fouled. I think if you're mad at anyone, be mad at the referees because I say this as a Knicks fan who watches Karl Anthony Towns, a center, drive to the paint. A lot of those similar things maybe don't get called against Cat, but it seems like in this game when it got to the fourth quarter, hey, everything was getting called, and that's not Bam's fault. Like that, I don't know why anybody should be going at Bam like, oh, you were just getting to the free throw line. The referees were calling the fouls. And again, you said it, he was triple teamed. The odds are someone's hitting his hand, hitting his arm when he's going up for a shot or doing something like that. I'm really confused by, the people that have just gone and immediately, for lack of a better word, crapped on this performance. And I think there's a discussion that can be talked about in just a second about maybe the people that are crapping on this. But Brandon Walker at Barstool Sports. I'm not a Barstool type of guy, but I saw the tweet from a clip he said this morning. He said, we've gotten to the point in the NBA where someone scores 83 and people are critiquing it and not saying, yo, that was pretty cool, we've lost the plot.
Yeah.
And I think that's completely, this is a performance. Tell me, when is somebody going to break 83? Kobe scored this in 01, 02, like early 2000s. It's been 20-plus years. I'm confused by the people that are angry about this. Again, if you're mad about the fouls, Bam Adebayo got the ball, triple team, was going up, was getting hit. Be mad at the refs for maybe calling it. Maybe there was a couple fouls that were touchy, right? That's in all games. Everyone gets mad at SGA every single game because he exaggerates a little bit, or once he gets touchy, like Bam didn't do what you said. He wasn't foul baiting throughout this game. It felt like. I'm not mad at Bam Adebayo at all. I think, again, you said it perfectly. First half he was on, first quarter especially, 31 in the first, hitting shots, and then the game slowed down and it became, all right, let's find a way to get Bam to this record-setting mark.
Right.
It was like, you know what? It is what it is. If I had a teammate that was even sniffing that, you bet I'm giving you the ball and getting out the way or trying to set a screen. I think everybody in this scenario did everything right. And it's unfortunate that right now people are paying the price, or Bam's, getting a little bit of flack for, scoring 83 points.
I would love it if, for the next week, all the great players in the league see this and they're like, I'm going to try to get 80. I think that that would just be it should just be like a designated week in March. This is the kind of the dog days of the season as we get close. It gets more interesting as we get closer to the playoffs, but we're not quite there yet. Guys should just be trying to get career highs every night and just go for personal records. What if someone tweeted last night, what if we just let Curry shoot 35 threes a game? What if, he's got to just try it before he retires. What if, Wemby actually was really good from 3 last night, but what if we just kind of threw it into Wemby every possession and saw what happens? Mm-hmm. Or, Luka's done it before. I think chances are someone's going to try to kind of go crazy this week. One of the big stars in the league, maybe it'll be like Shea or Luka or something like that. Someone's probably going to try to explode for a lot of points just because of this, because that's kind of what happened last time. But yeah, it kind of stinks to see the kind of hate on it. But there's a lot of funny stuff too. I mean, the Kobe stands are in shambles.
Yeah.
Specifically, I mean, the one that was going viral this morning when I woke up was O'Shea Jackson Jr., who's an actor and Ice Cube's son, and huge like diehard Lakers fan, Kobe stan, just writing essays, stuff like college dissertations on why this is unethical and how like the NBA is rigged because Bam Adebayo got 83 points in March against the Washington Wizards. And seeing people mad about it makes me kind of happy that he did it, to be honest. Because if you're tying part of your identity, part of your reason for liking a player to like arbitrary single game numbers, that's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, what's Michael Jordan's career high is like 65, something like that.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
I would never say Joel Embiid is better than Michael Jordan because he got a 71-point game. I would never say Luka Doncic is better. I would say Bam Adebayo. Of course not. Of course not. I wouldn't say Kobe's better than Michael Jordan because he got an 81-point game. But the fact that people have been using that, like Kobe got 81, I mean, he must be better than LeBron. That's annoying, and I'm glad this kind of pokes a hole in it really easily. If there's one good thing to come out of this. I loved Kobe. Kobe was awesome, but the Kobe stands in the last 5 years have really been tough. Tough hang.
I 1,000,000% agree with you. I think, and like I find it funny, like, and when we say Kobe stands again, it's not every single one. It's just the ones that are ridiculously crazy, like we've seen, the past 12 hours or something. So when I say Kobe stands and Vincent says, it's not every single one of them. Some are rational, but the ones that aren't, the ones we're talking about at this moment, I think. Like, it's funny because you hear a lot of these Kobe fans, Kobe stands, like, talk about Mamba mentality, right? Like, and what they use it, in arguments about LeBron. They use it, all these different things. And I tuned in the game, and when he had scored 81, I think the Wizards got fouled, obviously. The Heat are fouling. And then I thought I heard the Heat announcer say, Bam's about to come out or he's about to get an ovation or something like that. And maybe I just misheard, but in my mind, I was like, are you going to stop at 81? Are you going to sub yourself out for Kobe, like just to stay at Kobe and not break it? And then he obviously broke it. But like, part of me was like, that's Mamba mentality. Do you think Kobe Bryant would have said, stop at my record? Stop. No,
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant. And, I never met Kobe, but just from everything you've listened from what Kobe said, like, Mamba mentality is, go break it. Like, Kobe Bryant, like, I 1,000,000% believe, like, if he were here today, he'd put out a tweet or a statement like, records are supposed to be broken. Numbers are supposed to be, like, and so people holding this against Bam and doing all these different things, like, I saw people like, Bam won't even be a Hall of Famer, and he has this record. How embarrassing. I was like, embarrassing? Like,
Yeah.
You understand when people look at who scored the most ever in an NBA game, it'll be Wilt Chamberlain and Bam Adebayo. I don't care if, obviously he wants to be in the Hall of Fame, but his name is forever etched in basketball history. How embarrassing. So I'm with you. It's been extremely strange to see, people, and it feels like that's kind of today's culture when it comes to sports, very stan culture. If your favorite player, something good happens, you blow it out of proportion. If something bad happens, you start arguing about it, with someone else, or you bring up some other points. And it's like that in all sports, not just basketball. But yeah, I found it very weird, the discourse. Like Mad Dog Russo today, he was like, if you want to bow down to this, go ahead. This is like a dark cloud or something. I'm like, the dude scored 83 points in a basketball game. I'm going to play in a men's league basketball game tonight. If one of my teammates had 59 in the first quarter, I promise you I would not shoot the ball once, and I'd be yelling at the referees every time my teammate got even like a fingernail on him. Like, that's like, I think a lot of people who haven't played sports are angry about it. It's like, come on, like what are we doing here? So I'm with you. I think it's ridiculous, some of the Kobe stands that have gone to crazy lengths to try and discredit this performance.
Yeah. You know who has the passing touchdowns record in the NFL, the single game passing touchdowns record? Nick Foles has it. It's one game. These guys are all professional athletes. Like, they can go off. They can do amazing things in the right scenario, pretty much all of them. Not anyone who can like shoot a three in today's game, if they and get to the hoop like Bam can, on the right night, yeah, they can probably go and get 80. But Bam's the only one who's like actually made it happen. Could Rashad McCants have actually done it? Is I think the real question. Someone needs to get a mic on in front of Rashad McCants instantly.
He better be like, this is his time.
Kobe's 81.
If he ever wanted to charge for interviews, this is the moment right here. This is where you're like, I got a price tag for this interview, my first interview since 81.
He should just go back on Out the Mud.
Oh, yeah.
Tony Allen needs to have him back on immediately.
100%. And it's funny, like, the outfit he was wearing in that episode, too, with the crown and the jersey. It's an incredible screenshot that I've seen multiple times. I mean, as we put a bow on this, I think, this kind of ties in with what we just said about the stands and everything. At the end of the day, what does this record do? I mean, this not even record. I keep saying record, but it's second most. It's a point in time where it's like, cool, he scored 83 points in a game. Like, when we look at Kobe's 81, it's not like he won the scoring title winning 81 or scoring 81 that night. Not like he, won the conference finals scoring 8. Like, oh, cool, he had 81 in a game. Like, that's kind of what this has always been remembered for. Obviously, with Kobe, it's taken on, another little bit more. But I think it's like, in 5 years, it's going to be like, geez, man, he scored 83 in a ball game. Like, that's crazy. And I know people are, right now we're in the moment. But, again, in 5 years, people are not going to remember all the free throws. People that want to diminish it will. But I think, the kids younger than us coming up, like, yeah, he scored 83 points in a game. They're not going to know the full context of everything. They aren't going to remember the Wizards are trash and Alex Sarr gets scored on by everybody. I think it's a great thing. I think it's awesome. I think it's congrats to Bam. I think it's a cool moment that, sucks that some people are taking the fun out of, but I feel like a lot of people are like, yo, this was pretty cool.
Yeah. It's like a where were you moment. Where were you when Bam Adebayo scored 83 points? And that's like good for the NBA. It's cool. It's like great for sports. Like this is why you just tune in for random regular season games and stuff like that. It was like I was watching the Spurs Celtics and they cut to the Heat game because I knew like history was happening. Like that's a real moment. And that's what makes this league worth watching. And it shows the depth of talent in this league that's like worth watching every night. So yeah, I don't see how this could be anything but an awesome thing for the league. And hopefully, I think it would be really cool if a bunch of guys were like, all right, now I'm going to go try to get 80 in the last month of the season.
I saw somebody said, I know NBC and Peacock did their 90s moment or 90s game like last week. They're like, if they really want to do a 90s moment, they should cut to a double box like they did with the 94 finals and OJ's car chase. That'll be a throwback right there.
You know who OJ called while he was in the Bronco?
Bob
Costas, dude. Just the craziest story. I mean, Bob Costas has done. He spoke at like Ali's funeral. Like he's done all the craziest things, but like that tops the list.
I'll say that this is a quick Costa story about that moment. He was on a book tour over a decade ago, and he was around. He was in Arlington. My family and I went, and I was young, but he was telling a story. He actually visited OJ in jail afterwards, and he's like, I had cut had a paper cut or something. I had a bandage, and I go to the jail, talk to OJ. And OJ's like, oh, what's that on your finger? He's like, oh, I cut myself. And OJ goes, oh, you did it. You did it. Well, Bob Costas like, what? I was like, oh, my goodness. Well, I remember he said that. I was like, oh, wow. But that's, just one of those moments last night. I was watching the U.S. lose to Italy in the WBC, but that's neither here nor there. All right, let's